Apple 1984 computers when they weighed 300 pounds and they cost $2,000? Well, nowadays that is not the case. Computers are changing every day and they're updating constantly. So the case is going to be the biggest and important part of the computer. That is going to be, you want the bigger and the better the case. The case is going to protect the computer from dust, heat, humidity, and it's also going to allow you to run dual graphics cards later on if you'd like. Your graphic cards come in two types. It's going to come available in shared and dedicated. Shared graphics cards take memory from your existing memory. So if you have 4 gigs of RAM, it's going to take 256 megabytes from that 4 gigs. Versus dedicated graphics cards are going to come with their own memory, either 512 megabytes or 1 gig of RAM. The graphics card helps the processor. And processors come available in single core, dual core, and quad core processors. Single cores are going to be Celeron processors, which are great for internet only, and then dual core processors are i3 processors, which are great for your everyday task. They're going to be good for movie editing. It's also going to be good for burning a disk. And then the Intel i7 processor is a quad core, and that one is going to be good for video editing, extremely high quality video editing, as well as gaming and AutoCAD to run smoothly. And then the RAM or memory helps the processor run efficiently. Memory is available and comes in short term, so it's going to act as a short-term memory, and it's also going to help the processor be as efficient as possible. Usually you're going to want at least 4 gigs of RAM no matter what you're doing in your computer. And short-term memory is good for a short amount of time, but the long-term is going to be your hard drive. And hard drives come available in 3 types. It's going to be IDE, SATA, and solid-state disk. IDE is the oldest hard drive form. That one is going to run at 972 megabytes per second, and it's available only to up to 320 gigs. SATA hard drives are going to be the most common, running at 6 gigs per second, and then it's going to be much more efficient than the IDE drives. Solid-state drives are the newest form of technology right now. Those only are available in limited quantity of gigs, and they are extremely expensive. They're extremely quiet and very efficient. So those are going to give you your longest battery life. And to help everything run smoothly and everything gets pulled together is going to be a motherboard. Your motherboard is going to send and retrieve data. It's going to also help the parts run smoothly. And a motherboard is not something to be frugal with, as it's going to be something that's going to help with upgrading, and it's also going to be easier to upgrade if you have a great motherboard. And also your DVD drives. So that's going to help you burn a disc and also burn your Blu-ray disc and a CD and installing software. Blu-ray discs come available in 25 gigs per disc versus DVD drives come available in 4.71 gigs per disc. So it's going to be much more efficiency of the allotted gigs in a Blu-ray disc. And it's also going to be a higher quality movie, and it's also going to be much more software can be installed on one disc instead of having multiple discs. And to tie everything in and turn it on is going to be a power supply. Your power supply is going to turn the computer on, as well as and this should also be the last thing you purchase, because power supplies depend on the wattage required from the processor, your motherboard, and your graphics card. And so once everything is installed and in their respective positions, all that's left is to turn on the computer. In conclusion, the case needs to be as big as possible. And the graphics card needs to be able to handle the task, and your processor is like the engine of your car to help run your computer smoothly and efficiently. The RAM is going to aid in the processor, and the hard drive, or the solid state disk, whichever one you choose, is going to save your data, and it's also going to retrieve the data. And your motherboard is going to send and retrieve data. It's also going to be your grid to powering on the computer. And the DVD drive is going to allow you to install software, as well as burn a disk, install software, and burn a disk or a Blu-ray disc. And your power supply turns on your computer, keeps your computer cool, and as well as distributes power evenly to your computer. So next time whenever you're shopping for a computer, knowing what all the components do should help you pick one out, and also a sales associate will be able to help pick one out for you. That's it. Press the middle button.